The Attawapiskat First Nation in Northern Ontario continues to face serious problems related to water quality. A state of emergency was declared in the community earlier this month over concerns about chemicals in the local tap water. Now, the NDP is calling on the provincial and federal lawmakers to address the issue. With more on this, I want to bring in NDP MP Tracy Ramsey. She was in Attawapiskat with Charlie Angus on Wednesday. She's in Windsor now. Tracy, good morning. I'm glad you could be with us. So you were there. What did you see?
Yes. What I saw was a community that's in an emergency state, which is exactly what they've declared. I saw people who have to walk, first of all, to get water that they can drink, but now they can't even bathe or use the water in their homes at all. I saw children that are covered in sores, in scabs, because they have no access to clean water to be able to bathe. I saw mothers. I saw two mothers, Teresa Spence and another woman who are engaged in a hunger strike right now, trying to draw attention to their community. But what I didn't see in that community was the minister. Minster Seamus O'Regan has been absent from that community, and he knows exactly what needs to be done because there's a report that's sitting on his desk right now with all of the details to end this emergency in Attawapiskat.
How did it get to this point?
Well, in 1976, they put in the existing infrastructure, and that was before they even had any type of plumbing in the homes there. That was only to service some of the buildings like the school and the hospital. There have been zero upgrades to this. This system was not built to support the community that it now is being required to do. This entire system is broken down from the water intake all the way to turning that tap on in your home. So it's not as simple as saying, okay, we can fix one portion of this. The entire system needs to be redone. And then, people need to be trained on how to maintain it, how to keep it at the level it needs to be at. I heard from Chief Gull yesterday that the charcoal filters that were put in place have not been replaced for 30 years. No water system could sustain what the system in Attawapiskat is trying to do right now. And that is why people cannot turn on that tap and get safe water in Canada right now.
Why has there been no action on this?
This is such a good question, and this is the question that the people of Attawapiskat are asking. Charlie Angus and I had a town hall there yesterday, and this is exactly the question they have. Why? They are worried about their children. They're worried about, their elderly, people who are vulnerable in their community. The question belongs to the Prime Minister and to the Minister Seamus O'Regan. Why? We're talking about $15 million to do this entire system. The Liberal government spent $12 million giving fridges to Loblaws. This isn't about money. Certainly the money is there, and everyone, the public outcry has been incredible for support of Attawapiskat, people standing with them. The question goes to the minister. First of all, why is he not answering that report that's sitting on his desk? Why are they not taking action? And why do they continue to cherry pick and Band-Aid and throw a little bit of money at the community just to get it through until they can declare their next emergency? This is not acceptable in our country, and Canadians are reaching out to the minister to let him know. But he's the one who needs to answer that question, and he also needs to get to Attawapiskat now.
Has he been?
He's not been. He's not been. Prime Minister has not been. They need to get there. This report has been updated as of last year. They know exactly what needs to happen. Sitting on his desk, all he needs to do is approve this project. And the other thing with Attawapiskat is they're facing such a housing crisis. They have 300 people who are waiting for homes. They can't build new homes because they have no infrastructure for the water to support them. So there are people that right now can't get into a home because of this water crisis. And, the thing that just breaks my heart are these mothers and the children who are suffering. No child in Canada should have to be worried about taking a bath and getting sick. There was a young girl there yesterday, 3 years old, who was getting nosebleeds from taking baths. Where else in Canada would this be accepted? If this was happening in one of my communities, there would be an outcry. The Prime Minister would come, the Minister would come. What's happening in Attawapiskat to the people there is absolutely unconscionable and should not be allowed to continue. The Minister needs to go there immediately.
Okay, final question, because I'm already out of time with you. So you were there touring, as we said, with Charlie Angus, and it sounds as though it was worse than what you expected. Is there anything that the NDP can do to push plans along, to resolve the situation?
Well, certainly, Charlie, myself, and our entire party, we're going to raise our political voices, as I'm doing right now, as we're encouraging others to do, to write to the minister. We need to continue to have the spotlight on Attawapiskat and not turn away. Not turn away from what's happening there. So us going there yesterday and listening to people about what they want, quite frankly. This isn't what Charlie and I think should happen in this community. This is what Chief Gull and the people of Attawapiskat want to happen in their community and are asking the government to do. So now it's on the government, but we will not stop until Seamus O'Regan gets into Attawapiskat, the Prime Minister gets into Attawapiskat and sees what's happening there and explains to these people why it's not worth investing in their future and in their health, because it's unacceptable.
Tracy Ramsey, I'm so glad you're able to join us this morning. Thank you very much.